No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. We live and direct on the podcast side now. Those is on Facebook and on YouTube. What up with you? What up with you? Good morning. No doubt, no doubt. It's been a very long night. Long night. Went to an old school concert. Lord Professor Terminology was here in Albuquerque. School chopping up with them brothers, man. They were showing a lot of love. They gave a lot of shout outs to Lord Professor gave a lot of shout outs to a lot of the Buffalo artists that he's been talking with. The legendary Large Professor, y'all need to look him up. He did a lot of good production for Nas and MOP. You can keep going. He connected with a lot of artists back in the day. Producer MC doing what he do. You know what I'm saying? We chopped it up. You know what I mean? So it was very interesting. And terminology, me and him chopped it up, but he know about the upstate wave. He's definitely been supporting, good friends with a lot of people like Conway, Westside Gun, Benny the Butcher, you know what I mean, and so on and so on. He did an amazing performance last night, and definitely doing his thing. No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, y'all can give us a call right now at 515-602-9623. If you're online right now, you can definitely call the show right now. Uh, you know what I mean? And do what it do. Yeah, it's your boy Joe the Overlook MC. We finna to talk about the question of the day in a minute. Then we're gonna talk about some new features we bringing on the show for Friday for you indie artists. Stay tuned to that. We have fire topics. You know what I'm saying? My co-host will be jumping in a sec. And we're gonna keep on doing what we do every day, Monday through Friday, right here on 514onlinemix.com. Shout out to all the sponsors that's involved, and we gonna continue to do what we do. I would like to have do a happy heavenly birthday to Barry White. Yeah, today is Barry White's birthday. Happy birthday to him. Yeah, we live and direct. We gonna be talking about a lot of things today. NFL football, of course. We're gonna chop that up, and we're gonna talk about a lot of good things. I need y'all to stay tuned. I need y'all to share this. Need y'all to share this. It's important because the question of the day is, do I really have to pay to perform? A lot of people been hitting me up in my DM about that question. We're gonna chop that up. Anybody have any discussions on that? I have views on that. Um, a lot of views on that. So make sure y'all tune in on that. Let me see if I can go ahead and see what's going on over here on Facebook. Yeah, we live on Facebook on two pages. We doing what we do, of course, of course. You know what I mean. Um, we had a good discussion live on IG. You know, me and V Green, the Queen. We definitely was amazing discussion. You know, let's see here. Yeah. Go ahead and post that up real quick so y'all can see that live here on the podcast side. You know what I mean? Go ahead and pin that up. Um, no doubt. Y'all can call in right now at 515-602-9623. You know what I mean? We definitely gonna be chopping it up all day, every day. Um, I got a lot of notes right here. I got a lot of notes to talk about today. You tuned in on the Facebook side. Make sure you share this to like 10 people that's an artist. I think it's important if you're tuned in right now. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you share this. Justin Newman, what's going on, big dog? Make sure you share this to 10 people that's an artist. They need this information. If I finna spill, I think it's important to artists to understand this. I think it's something that they need to know and all that. You know, I got my co-host in the building. Got my co-host in the building. Just tuned in.
Good morning.
Good morning. How you feeling this morning?
Oh God, it's still raining and cold here. It is
Yeah,
kicking my butt. I'm
yeah,
not even
yeah.
gonna lie, but I'm fighting back. So,
Yeah. It's all right. Me too. I'm tired. I went to an amazing old school concert last night. I didn't get in till late. Had a couple hours of sleep before I came on, so I'm
oh,
a little
that's what's
tired this
up.
morning, but it was worth it. You know what I mean? Old school. When I go to old school hip hop concerts, it takes me back in the '90s when I was in high school. You know, Large Professor was in the building last night. Uh,
Ah,
yeah, me and him chopped it up. He was chopping up with me with a lot of the old school artists from Buffalo that he used to hang out with when they used to do shows in UB and everything. Me and him chopped it up. He was reminiscing on that. And he didn't even know that the late great Dirty Nate passed away. When I told him that, he was heard about that because he said he did a lot of shows and stuff that Dirty Nate then booked and brought to UB and stuff. And he was like, he talked about the battle he had with Craig G. And I told him about the documentary that they put together that's on YouTube. He gonna check that out. He's really heard about, didn't know about Dirty Nate, but Dr. Professor is really representing upstate New York hip hop. He said he talked to Shay Noor, of course, the Conways, the West Side Gun, Benny the Butcher. You know, he said he's on well, he said a couple tracks on West Side Gun's album, and I forgot about that. He's on a couple of joints on one of his albums that he came out with, 'cause he got, like, so many albums, but he said he did a couple production on the album, and he's planning on doing something on some, feature project on the maybe on the Griselda, album number 2. He's planning on doing some things, so we chopped it up. Me, him, and Terminology, amazing Terminology, a beast. I enjoyed myself with him. He was shouting out Conway, and they was loving what I got going on, and so it was pretty fun. It was a nice little meet and greet
that's what's
movement last
up.
night. It was very positive, uh,
That's what's up.
you know, and then shout out to Common Strip, the band. They performed last night. Amazing band. Look them boys up. My man Cade, the lead vocalist for the group. Of course, Stone Age, the biggest hip hop group out of Albuquerque. They performed last night. Also, my man Benny Browncoat. He has one of the hottest solo albums out right now, coming out of Albuquerque. So he did an amazing set last night. And my boy Ekam, who is coming up very strong in the game, and he the one that booked me for the show Friday. Good people, and we about to chop it up on some other things. So eventually, I'm gonna have 'em on everybody on the show that I name. I'm trying to get everybody on the show in the
Do they
future.
allow video cameras in there? I'm looking for my coffee. I think I left it. Do they
Yeah.
allow video cameras down there? In there?
Oh yeah, yeah. We got a little bit of footage. Got a little bit of things I'm gonna be posting up today, probably throughout the day. Definitely give y'all a little sneak peek what's going down. And my show I did Friday night was off the chain. I did a little set, and I met a lot of them guys that performed. Confidence and they performed. I met them on Friday. They performed again last night. So it's a lot of people that's involved in that tour movement, and it was just awesome. So I'm tired.
Yeah. Yeah, good morning everyone. I this weather, I have arthritis, just severe. Yeah, and
Yeah,
woo wee. When I tell
yeah,
you this cold weather came into Chicago with a vengeance,
yeah,
woo, this morning and yesterday. Yesterday I laid around like I
yeah,
all day. It was just so painful.
yeah, yeah. I go to the pains with my knees. Me
That's what
playing
it
basketball,
is.
and it's between the allergies, the pain in my knees, and the breathing, me having asthma, it's
Oh,
COVID abused my lungs, so I'm still having problems breathing. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing the doctor
hmm,
can do about that. But the asthma part works pretty good when I do my pump. But when it bruises the muscle from COVID, you can't cure that. That's damage for life. So I
yeah.
have problems breathing for the rest of my life on that end.
Yeah,
So I just can't tell people keep me in prayer and let the Most High and the universe do the job and what they do best. So all I can do, and
I like that. I
yeah. So
like that.
I keep moving and stay positive with everything. And yeah, it was a busy weekend for me. You know, busy
Yeah.
weekend for me. But the question of the day is very interesting. I think every artist need to know this. I need every artist need to tune in on this. Is the question of the day is: do I really have to pay to perform? I mean,
Take me to the 716 award show.
yeah. Do I really have to pay to perform? Well, I didn't even tap into that, but a lot of people hit me up. A lot of artists from if I'm from Chicago, in Atlanta, always ask me this question, and they think I was dodging the question, but I said I have an agenda to do, but I went ahead and squeezed that in today that they want to know, and we can have a conversation on that. Anybody want to jump in the conversation? Give us a call right now at 515
Yeah.
342 9623. I think this is important and have an understand of what I'm going to say because um this question can be it make it feel like it's contradictory sometimes too. So it depends what you're trying to do. It depends what type of artist you are. It also depends how much confidence you have too. So on that, but my answer to that question is you don't have to really pay to perform. You really don't.
Yeah.
If you have confident enough and you're on your grind and you can convince those promoters and convince those who setting up the shows, you know what I mean, and you actually have a following, they will have you perform for free or pay you to perform.
Hmm.
It's all about how you work and all about, like I always say, I'm a marketing coach and marketing manager. The key of all things is marketing. Marketing is the key. If you don't have any marketing, you can't get no fans, no money, no streams the way you want to. Um, that's the main thing. If you don't have no market, no matter what you're doing, you can't go nowhere. I don't care what you're
Hmm.
doing. I don't care if you got a restaurant. I don't care if you have a barbershop. I don't care. You cannot go to the next level in your life without marketing. You know what I mean? I don't know how much I got to stress that.
You can't. It's you. How will anyone ever know who you are if you aren't putting yourself out there? Just
Yeah,
because you feel like you got a fire hit or you feel like you are providing fire content does not mean that everyone, thank you, believes that you are, you have fire content. You have to give a person a reason why to
yeah,
follow it and listen to you.
yeah. And I never understood that. Me being a manager and a mentor myself, I'm a mentor for a lot of people. And I have a lot of mentors, and I can't stress that enough. Like when I ask an artist, "What are you doing?" Imma translate. What are you marketing?
Mm,
When somebody
that's a good
asks you, "What
question.
are you doing?" They're really trying to say, "What are you marketing?" You know do you know your audience? These things. Them is like questions in between the lines of what they're saying, making it a short one, but, when you gotta think outside the box in a lot of those areas. You know what I mean? And with the performing thing, you have to pay to perform. If you feel that you could benefit off this show and you can capitalize off the show, yeah, go ahead and pay for a slot to perform. But make
Hmm.
sure you know how to market to capitalize off of that movement. There's no need for you to pay for performance if you can't capitalize off. If you can get if you performing at least in front of 50 people, your goal is to at least get half of those people to be your fans and engage with you at the end of that day.
Yeah.
At least
You
half.
know, one something that I remember I had went to Tony Robbins conference. He's a motivational speaker. And some of the people that came on before him to open up for him to get the people in the audience because they weren't well known to begin following them, he offered like a t-shirt and said, the first 100 people that, go on Instagram right now and follow me, I'm going to pick five out of the 100 and you're going to get this free shirt, or just giving incentives as to why they should follow them.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And then there's all types of ways you can do that. You know, like last night, Lord Professor's artist, got the brother name, I have the flyer over there. He gave away T-shirts. He gave away a couple of free CDs that he have, and also a vinyl of the Lord Professor Volume 3 of his production. And that's the type of thing that keep people to remember you as an artist. You know what I mean? Nobody knew who he was at the time, but by the end of that day, everybody that was in that show knew who this person was. They engaged with him. They meet and greet with him. They took pictures with him. They started following him on Instagram after the show. You know what I mean? That's how you do it. You got to bring something to the table to make sure that person or them people that's in front of you remember who you are
Yeah.
some type of way. Some type of way. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
no doubt.
And that's
So,
adding value.
yeah, definitely. So it's like, is you really, do you really have to pay? No, not really. But if you, like I said, if you can capitalize off it, go ahead. But be careful who you pay. There's
Mm.
a lot of promoters out there that will give you an opportunity, will put you in a position where you can get recognized, like put you to perform first before everybody come in, or they'll put you in a slot. You got to build relationship with some of these promoters. You know what I mean? And some people, kiss behind to do it, but that's some people. I don't do that. I like to build a relationship and get respect because I'm all about I respect my integrity, so I'm not doing all that.
Mhm.
But when I do what I do, no matter who's in front of me, no matter who uh uh is doing what it do, you know what I mean? I do my job. I have somebody online right now, you know what I mean, to uh let people know your name and where you're from. Good morning.
White Boy Productions, Sydney, the goat is in the house, Sydney, Australia. Hello.
What's going on with you today, man? Australia, man. You've been supporting us for a long time, man. What's your question today?
I just want to give you a little bit of a brief, like what you were saying with artists and shows.
Mhm,
First, we'll start off with exactly what you were saying. A lot of people need to market themselves.
mhm,
And if they don't market themselves, then they don't market themselves to be able to do shows. It comes
mhm,
hand in hand. So if there's an artist that doesn't want to do marketing or promote himself or put any money into themselves before the shows
mhm.
and just expect everybody to do everything for them, well, unfortunately, it doesn't happen that way.
That's right.
That's right.
So, so my opinion is if you're going to make something of yourself, whether it's music, doesn't matter, whatever it is in your life,
Mhm.
you need to promote yourself, put money into yourself before anybody recognizes you anyway.
That's right.
So if you feel that that you're going out there and getting a paid trip to do the shows and everything, and you don't have to do anything, or you don't have to outlay any money, or you don't have to do anything, and everybody does everything for you, it doesn't work that way,
Mhm.
in my opinion.
That's a fact.
Awesome.
That's a fact.
Man,
Definitely.
thank
You
you for that.
hit right on the head. It
Yeah.
does because I stress it all the time, man. That a lot of artists think that they have good music. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good music out there. A lot of good talented people, but it's important to get it out there, like you say, invest in yourself and do what it do. How are people going to know what they're representing and what they're hearing or what they're seeing as far as the brand if you don't invest in yourself and push yourself and learn the tools? And that's what I teach as being a music marketing manager. And if and all my clients is definitely I'm gonna say about I'd say about good 60% of the people I've market managed is successful of what they're doing because 90% of them, or 60% of them is pretty much on their own doing what they do, and then I just jump in and help out now and then now. Like artists like Kayla Bishop, who was definitely know her brand, know her audience, and know what she's doing on the physical side and digital side. Fire and Ice. They're on a whole nother level now. Now they really on their own, because they lost their dad. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? So my condolences go out to my man, you know what I'm saying? That's my brother, and he was behind it for a lot 'cause he was with Death Row Records back in the day. So it's like, they definitely know how to market their brand and move, and then they got mentors too, like Deb. in Atlanta who is with Waka Flocka. His mom, and she's behind Fire Nights now. So it's like they're learning in the underground perspective, in the industry perspective now. So now they really is knowing how to market themselves and know how to really put in that work and bring people to them as much as they're going to them. So it's like, that's all. I
Yeah.
appreciate you calling, Justin. No doubt, man. Australian in the building.
Yeah, yeah. Big shout outs to you.
100%.
No doubt, man.
But yeah, just
We
check me
know.
out anyway. Just just check out what I do. Like just quickly,
Mhm.
I've known him for quite a while. I've known him back when he was in Buffalo before he moved,
Mm.
and everything that he's been doing, he's absolutely fabulous. And now he's made his own platform, and he meets a lot of people and does his thing. And I respect him for that because I know where he started
Yeah.
and I know what it took for him to get there.
Right.
So on the other note, on the other side of things, I also have artists. I also do different interviews worldwide. I've done over 300 different artists that I've interviewed, and
Yeah.
I sign and promote artists and shows in America, and and I'm in Australia. I have 7 merchandise lines worldwide, and I work 40 hours a week as a regular job as well as my own label.
Right.
So
Yeah.
if anyone knows persistence, it's definitely me and Frank Dunn because I've been with him a long time.
Yeah. No doubt. Yeah, you put in that work, man. You're very consistent with it, and and people like you, they need to follow people like you because they can see and learn by the action of it what you're doing, and same with us. We grind and we work. We put in that work. We don't, we do more working and grinding and talking until it's time to get on the show and do what we do. But it is all about being consistent, man, and knowing what
100%.
you're doing. Being a student at all times.
That's the key right there. Some of us believe that we aren't students anymore.
Yeah. Yep. That's a fact.
Well,
That's a
I'm in
fact.
Sydney. I'm in Sydney, Australia, and I have Mad Squabbles and RJ playing up with me soon. I live in Sydney,
Yeah.
so if that's not any work, then you tell me. They're the best MCs, gangster old school MCs that I've known for a very long time
Yeah.
in America. That are old school, that are
Yeah.
actually from the old school hip hop.
That's right.
And as I said, I live in Sydney, Australia, so stay
Yeah.
tuned for that one.
Yeah. No
Yeah,
doubt.
where can we find your stuff at?
White Boy Productions Sydney. I've also got a website, but my website crashed. So I'm getting a new one.
Okay.
But I've got all my stuff on White Boy Production and my page. Franklin will show you. I've got a lot happening.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. Yeah. Pretty much. I'm pretty sure. They can find you through Justin Newman on Facebook. You know what I mean? And I know you got
Yeah.
your IG page. Also Justin Newman too. I know I follow you there, and my team follow you on all my other platforms and stuff that you're on, and Twitter and all that. So yeah, you keep doing what you're doing, brother, and stay tuned in with us, brother. We gonna keep on showing you love, and we appreciate you tuning in. And yeah, no doubt. Yeah, that's some good feedback right there from Justin Newman on the question of the day. But that's very important. But I recommend artists to don't pay to perform too. Especially the ones I know that's actually have a brand, and I think they're putting in that work. You know what I mean? You got to, like you said, you got to stay on your grind, and eventually they be calling you for a show, and then you
That's
give them a price.
true. Look at Little Baby. Did you have a chance to look at the movie yet?
I haven't got a chance yet. That's on my
Oh man, it
busy
fits so
weekend.
perfectly in with this discussion because he didn't have to be on his grind because he was already in the streets making money. But
Mhm.
once he got on his grind and he consistently put out mixtapes consistently, he got better and better and better, which now he brings so much value to any platform that he's on, whether he's performing in concert or even just going live. He brings value because he was intentional about getting better. He knew that he wasn't the best that he could be, but it didn't stop him. He continued on his grind. I watched that documentary twice because it's that good.
Yeah, that's on my agenda to do. I wanted to do it this weekend, but then you know I got invited uh, to the large professor concert, and then I was doing my little prep work because I was doing a lot of prep work for the show, and I had I definitely got to get together with the team and do some things. I got some more characters to bring to the table for these indie artists while we talking about indie artists. I have a new thing we're gonna bring to the morning show on Friday, starting this Friday. We're gonna do spinning slots for independent artists, and we're gonna definitely. I'm gonna give y'all a little taste of it every day throughout the week. Any questions, y'all know what to do. Call. We can definitely answer your questions live on air on 514onlinemix.com and on the podcast side at 515-602-9623. And I'm in the process of putting some things together with the team, me and V Green the Queen. And I have slots. I have like maybe like 6 slots, but it's different slot levels. And the slot levels is the $10 slot, which is a one Friday spin. And we'll have it set at a time to play your music. I will let you know that so you can share it and let people know that you on the radio in the podcast. We have the $20 slot, you know what I mean, which is going to be 3 Friday spins, what I'm saying, in a row, at that time slot, 3 Fridays in a row. Then we're going to have a 4 Friday spin slot, which is a $30 slot. You know what I mean? Same thing. We're going to have a set time. You know what I mean? Like I said, it might be 5 to 6 slots throughout the 2 hour show. So, what I'm saying, but you always interrupt the show too. We're gonna have a price for that. I'm gonna sit down with my team. We're gonna figure that out so y'all can come and interrupt the show. So if anybody that think they're better than that artist, you know what I mean, and your ego in the way, you can make the ego be in the way.
I like that, and your
Yeah,
ego in the way. We may throw some reels in there also. When you are hitting us up about your music, let us know if your music is on like Instagram or TikTok, because a lot of times the reels that we make with the different music also gives additional highlights to that artist's music. Like this morning, I made a reel to Rachel J, one of my favorite artists. She released a song called Dear Ray on Friday.
Okay.
And I made a reel to it this morning just to get some traction,
Right.
to to bring people to listen to that song. It's a really dope song. She's so in tune this time.
Yeah.
She's in tune all the time, but this is more of one of those you sit back and listen to it by yourself and get the vibe from it, because there's such a deep message in that song, talking about procrastination and just talking about the things that we go through, as an individual, not just an artist or a creator, or whatever it is whatever your thing is, just the self-sabotage that we go through.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen a couple of
Oh
her
yeah,
reels.
it's on my
Posted up.
Instagram
Yeah,
page.
yeah, she's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
I'm definitely
she's
gonna
she's
tune
sweet
in
with
more with
that.
her and all that. But and also we have the VIP slot. This is the interesting one. The VIP slot is 8 Fridays in a row. We will play your music for the slot for $50. So that's gonna be crazy. And then we have the last one is the Platinum VP VIP. Now the Platinum VIP is for a whole year. That's 52 Fridays. 52 Fridays for $100. That means you have a slot locked in. Now, this is the catch. If somebody you pay for that slot and somebody come and say, "Yo, I think I need that slot because my joint hotter than yours." They can go ahead and bid and pay 125 and take your spot.
You got them outbidding each other.
Yeah, yeah. That's gonna be the catch. That's the catch on all the slots. If somebody got that $10 slot and you pay for that one joint, you can take a L if somebody come in and say, I think I'm better than that artist. I checked him out, salute to him. My joint fire though. You know what I mean? And at the same time, we're gonna review it. We're gonna have people call in and review the tracks. They can call in at 515-602-9623 to vote also if they like the song. If they don't, me and my
I'm looking forward
co-host
to
is
that.
gonna be we gonna also judge it from 1 to 5 mics. You know what I mean? 5 mics being the best, one mic being the worst. And we're gonna tell you why we don't like it. It could be the mix down. It could be the hook ain't clear. It can be that the concept or the title didn't match what you were saying. It can be the mix and mastering was messed up. It can be the vocals was messed up. You used too much auto tune. We're going to judge it too, as we've been in this media platform for a long time. We have a good ear for music, and we'll definitely let you know what you can do better. And if you definitely get 5 mics from especially us and at least about 10 people that call, we'll lock you in on rotation all the time on Friday for free.
Be ready for the constructive criticism. I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
the reactions, listening to some music. And I do hope that, everyone submits their music, because to know what you're doing well
Mhm.
is to be able to accept the criticism, or even accept saying, oh, you're doing a really good job, because that's another thing. Everyone's not willing to accept that they are doing a good job. There's a lot of fear attached to that. Because,
Right,
oh, you mean you hear something in me? And it's like, yeah, I really do.
yeah,
Everyone is not at that place. That's why I put that on my page today, that you are worthy. It takes
yeah,
a lot to get to that feeling when you feel like you're worthy of it.
yeah. Shout out to Divine and Debonair. Um, Large Professor gave y'all a shout out last night. Shout out to Large Professor. He was talking about old school hip hop out of Buffalo, and he said he remember you guys performing in New York City. I believe he said it was forgot the name of the club. He said, and it was like an after party from the Tunnel Show. And he said Divine and Debonair was performing from Buffalo. He remembered you guys, and I told her y'all got the Icon Award at the 716 Music Awards, and he gave y'all a shout out and show love, and he said he would love to see you guys again. He said he loved to network and stuff with a lot of the legendary artists in upstate New York. So
Yeah,
Large
shout
Professor
out to
gave
them.
Divine and Debonair a shout out.
I
Uh,
wonder if
so
they remember. I actually interviewed them at the 716 award show. I want to get them on Think and Grow with Vette Green to talk about their journey, and how, what they see as far as the changes that in music, because it's a different atmosphere right now,
yeah,
as far as music. And I love their performance. I have videos of their performances at the 716 Award. The energy
yeah,
was crazy that they brought. The energy
yeah,
was just crazy. Good
no doubt.
morning.
Yeah, no, and good morning to everybody that's tuned in. Who else was tuned in? Of course, Justin called in with some kind words for you artists out of Australia. Shout him out from showing so much love in that area. We need that from other people to call in and give y'all some good information about. But the question was today: do I really have to pay to perform? So, what I'm saying, and you have to definitely go back and check that out and all that. But yeah, then we got the for you artists, we got some packages going on for Friday. I think it's going to be a good thing, an opportunity. We have a good, amazing following and all that. And then my team going to have a meeting. All the people in the pop up show team, we going to team up and talk about some of the things to, some prizes and all that good stuff, and do what we do to keep everybody happy on a morning show, so y'all can do what it do. I think it's time for a little bit of fire topics. Let me get my theme music up. You know what I'm saying? Fire topics in the building. Uh, you know, I got a lot to talk about,
I
in a
know one
short
thing
period
that
of time.
that
you know?
everyone can't get around is uh the Queen
Yeah,
passing. That's been brought with a lot of mixed energy. I
yeah,
think we don't realize that what happened overseas, that a lot of people were affected.
yeah. No doubt, no doubt.
Hmm.
You see here, let me get my theme music started. There you go. There you go. No doubt. Let's get it started, y'all. This is our theme music, Dale Hayes. You know what I'm saying? And Rose Gold Rail in the building.
Go low, long shot, but we got it. Fear nothing and no man. So
Fire
let 'em know
topics,
we
y'all.
ride it. Low.
Yeah,
To the very end, I'ma give it all. We rise together, we fall together. We band of brothers, so we came to fall. Low. We the underdogs, and it's time to win. Lacing up, we walking out, defend our side. Now let's get it. Hit low. Yeah, too many years and many tears. Running out not many years. No belief, losing many peers. Many fears that we overcome. Looking back at the
I
things
like how Rose Gold Rails has that hook. He has that voice. He reminds me he can do that Drake thing.
Yeah, man. Joy Fire. Yeah. That's my theme music right there. The Lights Get Low by
Let's
Dale
get
Hayes and
low.
Gold Rails. Rose Gold Rails. Let me get that right. Let me get my brother brand right. I want to mess his brand up. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean?
That's right.
Bag. I can't mess my brother money up like that. You know what I'm saying?
he got a fire single called Fly Away. Oh man. Have you heard it yet?
I haven't
That
heard.
hook.
I think I seen it pop up on his feeds a couple times that I follow
Yeah, he
him.
got that
And I think
hook
I
where
seen a little piece of it. You know, when I roll through and I'm doing my grind, you know how I do. And
yeah,
I
yeah.
get a little sneak peek of it, and I be bob my head for a minute, and I gotta keep grinding. You know what I'm saying? You know, and we on a tight schedule. When we doing this media, radio, and podcast, it's a lot of prep work involved, and I try to get my free time to watch my documentaries and some videos, some of my other podcasts I'm a fan of. I try to find time to entertain myself and relax. I
hmm
might have free time maybe 2 or 3 times out of the week. I try to catch up as much as I can, and do. But when you doing this media thing, man, and you getting these emails and you getting these texts, and you're gonna have meetings for this and do that, and it's like it's really tough market promote. You know what I'm saying, getting people to do what they do. So I'm pretty much behind on a couple meetings, with the team, but we're gonna catch it up this week and do what it do.
It's a full-time job. It's if you that's you have to be serious about marketing yourself, and you have to be serious about what it is that you want to do, what kind of material that you want to put out there.
Yeah, no doubt, no
Yeah.
doubt. Yeah, fire topics. I'm starting with a little bit of football. I got 2 things on my list right here, but I'm elaborate also what you got going on too. But Lamar Jackson of the Ravens turned down his contract that's worth more than Russell Wilson's contract for $49 million a year. I don't know what's going on with that situation. I didn't get a chance to elaborate what's going on, but I think he's not getting along with the general manager. I don't know if he's not getting along with the coaches. Um, so pretty much as we speak as today, that Lamar Jackson is pretty much free to do what he do, and I guess I don't know if the contract expired. I don't know if he violating the contract because he want more money. You know how the business is.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, the details of that. But I wish him the best, man. And if he is free, I hope a good team that need a quarterback pick him up and give him what he needs. I don't think it's a money issue. I think he's using it as a bait to
He
get out
want
of.
fully guaranteed.
Yeah,
So ESPN is reporting that sources close to Lamar is saying that he wants a fully guaranteed contract. That's one of the challenges with these guys when they're in the NFL. You can get hurt, and
yeah,
that means if you had a $100 million deal and you get hurt, you're not getting $100 million if you aren't playing. He wants a guaranteed contract.
right,
So heck yeah, he's going to stall out because your body is getting hit so much. You're going through a lot of strenuous, task in there. You don't know if you're
mm,
going to be able to make that same money 5 years from now. So heck yeah, guarantee it.
mm.
He wants it guaranteed.
For the
I don't blame
guarantee,
him.
yeah. And plus, me having NFL friends. My boy, Sean Ellis, who used to play for the Jets and the Patriots from Anderson, South Carolina, a good friend of mine. He tunes into the show all the time. So shout out to Sean Ellis and his family. He made it clear to me one time and said that we don't get insurance. We got insurance ourselves. You can't. He told me you can't show up to training camp unless you have an insurance policy to show to the NFL. You can't,
Hmm
and that's why a lot of these players they say they didn't show up for practice. It's not because they didn't want to show up for practice, because they have no insurance policy yet. They ain't locked one in. They probably had a meeting, or they probably canceled a meeting, or they probably still waiting for their approval, whatever it may
hmm
be. But that he said 90% of the time that's what it is. It ain't because they don't want to come to practice. 90% of the time because they're not insured, and you got to show proof of documents before you show up for a mini camp
Yeah.
and training camp. And I didn't. And I was like, that's good information to know. As
Yeah.
he been in
Lloyd's of
the NFL,
London is
yeah, he been
what.
in the NFL for 14 years, and I think he got one ring when he was with the Patriots. He was a
Mm.
defensive end with the West Side High School in Anderson, South Carolina. But he's very talented brother, good dude. And yeah, he told me that. I'm like, wow,
Yeah,
that's
you want to
crazy.
ensure because imagine
Yeah,
you're all of that you're running up and down the field. Your knees may not make it. It's a
yeah,
lot that comes to you put your body through so much when you're playing in the NFL, through a
yeah,
lot. And the tackles, look at the boxers like Tyson.
yeah,
He's gone through
yeah,
his health conditions, and I'll touch on that after
yeah,
you're done with your fire topics. But it's a lot. Heck
yeah,
yeah.
it's a lot. And I'm staying on football right now, and the Cowboys quarterback Prescott might be out for the season again.
What happened with him?
He hurt his hand. They saying he's going right in for surgery today. Um, so he might a big capital might be out for the season, no less
Mm.
than 14 weeks. And so the Cowboys can win for losing, man. I hate them Cowboys, but I hate to see. But I like the quarterback. I like him. I hate the Cowboys, but I like him, and I like their running back, Elliott. And I'm like, that's messed up. But he been out for one season already, and now he's out for another season. And he's like the fourth highest paid quarterback in the league. He has a guaranteed contract too. I think he has a guaranteed 109 million.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying right now. Um, and that's with the bonus and stuff. So it's like you were saying, you got to be insured, man. NFL will not let you play unless you insured. And that hurts the rookies too because when you're a rookie, and most of these athletic insurance companies, unless you have a small insurance company out of your hometown that you cool with, or a doctor or something, whatever, um, you know, and that's cool too. But they have like short others like they also have doctors and stuff. They have a tablet like real thick that you can pick
Mhm.
one of the insured doctors that they represent. But you can do your research on your own. But I think a lot of the athletes we do research on their own. That's why it takes them long for them to show up for practice because they got to sit down with you. You got to take the physical. You got to paperwork, make sure you got your identification right, make sure you're hitting all the tips and points that the NFL expect you to have before you start work. So it's a lot to it. It's a lot to it than just playing football.
It
Uh,
is.
but yeah, Prescott might be out for the season, and that's sad. But it's good for us though. You know what I mean? It's good for us
Buffalo
football fans.
Bills.
It's good for us, man. But, I like him though. He's a good athlete. I love him. I hate that he went to the Cowboys. I was looking forward to him to go to a different team like the Browns when he was getting drafted, or at that time I think Green Bay was looking for a backup quarterback for uh uh um my man got my brother name. That's nice. They still there. He about to retire after this year, but I was hoping he was going to Green Bay, but they skipped over him, and he went to the Cowboys. But that's how the cookie crumbles, I guess. And you know,
Mhm.
you know, what you got for us today on the fire topics?
I just want to hit on because we were talking about this is a great segue into the insurance and the different injuries that people can get when they're playing these sports. So last week, Tyson reported that he suffers from sciatica. It's
Mm,
like a almost like a pinched nerve. I'll read just a little bit of what sciatica is. So this is being reported on Essentially Sports. So Mike Tyson, he recently shocked his friends, saying that he is suffering from the sciatic. I don't. A lot of women that I know they suffer with the sciatic when they were pregnant. The baby was sitting on their nerve, and with
oh, okay.
some people it causes issues with them walking or even standing up. There's a lot. that happens when you suffer with sciatica. That was one of the issues I had yesterday. That's one of the reasons why I'm reporting on it, because
Mm.
once something is like hitting up against that nerve, it causes a great deal of pain and discomfort. You know, some people, you have to take pain medications or
Mm.
some type of inflammatory medication like Motrin, but
Mm.
it just does not feel well, not at all.
Wow.
The other thing I wanted to talk about was the Queen's passing. You know, rest in peace to the Queen of
Yeah.
England.
Yeah.
There's been a lot going on in the news, because what a lot of people, and I'll say here in America, didn't realize or never even thought about is that colonization happened that way of living is still pretty prevalent over in England. You know, we all know what they did,
Mm.
but they're still living under that monarchy over there in England.
Okay.
So even though, you know, it's sad that she passed away, we still have to keep in mind that there are people who were affected by things that happened prior to the Queen taking reign, or even during the time that she took reign. They're the Caribbeans. I was listening to Fox Soul the other morning, and they were talking about, Claudia was talking about what happened with the Caribbean people that came over in the 1930s, even going up into the 1970s. They were told to come over there. They would have all of these things, sort of like the 40 acres and a mule that America promised Black people, but it didn't
Yeah.
happen. They got met with a lot of bias. They got met with a lot of things going up against them that did not make it easy. And that was just as soon as the 1970s that was going on. So
Right.
we have to be respectful and mindful that although it is sad, you know, she's the only queen that we've ever known, and a lot of our parents have ever known. But we
Right.
also have to keep in mind that there are some people that were hurt because of the reign of this monarchy.
Okay. I never really understood the culture or the government of England. I've learned a little bit. I have a lot of good friends, and they teach me a little bit. Um,
Hmm.
but then I didn't know what it did with how did it affect the US, and now it makes sense of what you're saying, to how it affects us a little bit. And then you got, you know, shout out to people, you know, out there, man. But you got some ignorant people online, saying only queen I know is Queen Latifah,
Yeah, I
and I think
saw that.
yeah,
I
I think
saw
that's
that.
a
But see that,
disrespectful.
yeah, because we there's still a lot of prejudices, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
that are going on around the world.
yes,
And that monarchy is a part of the oppression that happened to Black and brown people.
yeah,
That monarchy, although the queen herself may not have uh, been biased, that monarchy stands for a lot of what happened to Black and brown people, the bad things that happened to Black
mhm,
and brown people around the world. They went into countries and took over. They stripped Africa of a lot of our natural resources that were there. So we
mm,
have to be mindful that everyone's not going to think, you know, rest in peace and feel that
mhm,
the queen served them well, because
right,
it's just not true. Respectful, yes, but we would be lying to ourselves if we thought that everything was good about that monarchy over there, because it's not. Just like here in America,
yeah,
we you
yeah,
know
and,
we're met
I
with
like
a
the
lot of
story
prejudices and stuff.
I like the story I heard, that Snoop Dogg said about her when he went to the country, and he was like, they kicked him out of the country, and she covered up for him and told the people that he didn't do nothing in our country. He beat the murder case in the US, and
Mm-hmm.
she even said out of her own mouth, "My kids is a fan of Snoop Dogg, so he can always come back to the country anytime he wants to." And she recommended him to come back, and she also paid his plane to come back to the country, and Snoop Dogg salute that on at one of the podcasts I seen that they posted up on the pop-up show with the Joker IG page, and my peoples that run the page had shared that, tagged me in it, and it was that's awesome. I never
Mm-hmm.
understood everything until like recently about what the Queen represents as far as the U.S. government and their country. And you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna apologize because I said some ignorant things too, and I'm gonna apologize live on air that, when you just don't know, you don't know. And sometimes
That's
you gotta
true.
close your mouth until you get the information. And and then like I said, I'm human, I ain't perfect, but
I'm the
yeah,
same way.
yeah,
A lot of this, I talk to a lot of people. Like you said, I get a lot of my information. I'll talk to, like my nephew was over this weekend. Him and my son, they are history buffs. And, we talk a lot. And then I'll go and I'll do my research to find out. But I am so not a history buff. And one other thing that I thought was interesting. Now, what if this happened to you? What if you and your wife went to the local 7-Eleven, got a scratch off, and you thought you won $600, and you went to cash it in at the 7-Eleven, and come to find out it was actually $1 million ticket.
wow,
That happened to a Virginia man. He
wow,
thought that he had won $600. When he went to cash in this ticket, it was $1 million. Can you imagine?
wow. Yeah,
Man,
yeah. What was he Mexican, Puerto Rican?
he was Mexican.
Yeah,
he
you
was
see?
he
Is
was
there for
Mexican.
you live on air? Ice Cube was right.
What did
If you
I
watch,
excuse?
if you watch all about the Benjamins, when Mike Epps played his character, they had a lottery ticket. He was like, "Black people don't win the lottery, just Mexicans and Puerto Ricans."
It would seem like it would seem like, yep. So Jose Flores Velasquez, he learned about his prize from the employees at the lottery customer service. Imagine going downtown Buffalo, because the New York lottery is right down there on Genesee. Going
Right.
in there, yeah, let me go cash my $600 ticket in. I'm gonna take you to Red Lobster. Go in there and be like, you can't cash this in. It's $1 million,
Yeah.
and you're gonna have to pay 60% in taxes.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And then you got to do the paperwork and say, do you want the lump sum or do you want the weekly or the yearly
What
payment?
you taking? You taking
Yeah,
a lump sum or week? What you taking?
yeah. Depends how much it is. If it's one of them big lottery tickets that's like they say it's like almost to a billion, like they like what 4 or 5 months ago, it went up to a billion.
Like 898
Yeah,
million. It was
I
a
would take
billion
the
dollars.
I would take the lump sum if I win like 190 million or 960 million. I would take the lump sum. I'll take the weekly until
Yeah.
it's all up. I take the weekly and I still grind and work and do what I do because that's a tax break. Those who don't know, I'm giving y'all free game. Win the lottery and you still punching the clock, you get 30% tax break on taxes. Long as you
Mm.
keep working and you working on your retirement, still getting 401k, that's a tax break for the rest of your life. You good. That means you're never gonna be broke if you do that. That's free game. But if you take the lump sum, you ain't qualified for that unless you're doing things in the community and donating and all that type of stuff, then you get some tax breaks doing that. But you can get it right off the bat winning the lottery. So depends how much it is. If it's like I said, if it's 900, 800 million, maybe 700 million, I would take the weekly, not the monthly, the weekly. I won't take the yearly and nothing like that. But if I win something like 400 million, I take the lump sum. I take the L on the tax break.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It depends. I'm with you. It depends on the amount. I can wait. I can wait, and I believe, I don't quote me on this. I believe in some states you may be able to uh sign it over to another
Mhm.
relative or something. So like I'm 46 years old. I'm praying to God that I have plus more, than 20 plus years left. But who
Thank you
knows?
for
I would like
using
to
Blog
put it
Talk
into
Radio.
something.
Goodbye.
Yeah, and that y'all know that the phone lines is down when you hear that young lady talk. Right there, the phone line is down, for the rest of the day. Um, but yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I would. Yeah, as I said, it gotta be a certain amount. I take the lump sum and then I'll do a major investment on it to keep the money going. So many things you can do. And then we can have this another conversation with this probably this week sometime that is if you're on the computer at least 50% of the time of the day, and out of the whole year, 80% of the time you broke, you don't
Mm.
want no money.
Oh,
You
you
don't
say
like
it
money.
again.
You know what I'm saying? If you is online 50% of the time of the day and you're not really trying to do something to make some money, you don't want no money. You scared
Yeah,
of money.
man.
You
Where's
know what I
your
mean?
focus at?
Yeah,
Right.
you scared of money. One of my mentors had said it in one of his YouTube videos. He said, "You cats talk all this smack in the inboxes and y'all scared of money. I ain't never
Mm.
seen people that's broke and scared of money in my life, and I'm giving you gems on this platform, and you hating on the gem that you need, and I guarantee you, you behind in at least 4 bills. I guarantee you behind in child support, and if you have a house, I guarantee you behind in taxes, and you sitting here wanna, disrespect me on something I'm giving you to help you. Don't make no sense to me." And when he said that, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. So, a lot of you cats that's on here, trolling, doing what you're doing on the internet, wasting that time. It's so many opportunities to make money online. You just don't know. If you have a Cash App, it's right there that you can make some money. If you
Yeah.
have a Vivo, you can make some money. If you on YouTube, you can make some money. If you're on TikTok, you can make some money. There's so many other social media platforms you can make some money. You know what I mean? Twitch, you can make some money. And y'all
Yeah.
sitting around here broke. I'd rather see a cat that's broke that's trying to make some money online. And he's failing and keep failing. At least he's trying.
Oh, keep fit. And that's the thing. And don't stop just because it's not working. You have to tweak it. You have to
Yeah,
figure out what works for you and
yeah,
what doesn't. Just because it's working for the Joker doesn't mean that it's going to work for me and vice versa. You
yeah.
you really have to figure out what it is that works for you. And I believe, and I like to tell people this, be your authentic self. Don't try and be somebody that you're not, because it's not going to work forever. You want to be your authentic self, and try and figure out where you can get those additional streams of income, because it is possible.
Yeah,
You
so
can
many,
make
so
money.
many. My mentor, Mr. Will, always come to me with opportunities he's with, different plans, the health plan he got going on with the smoothies he got, the tea. They got so many things you can sell online. They got
Mhm.
so many programs where you can all you gotta do is sign up with one fee. They'll give you a tax number already. You don't have to worry about it. They'll give you an LLC for free. It's
Mhm.
so many opportunities, but you gotta put in that work.
Oh, I
You
was just
can't
sitting here
sit back
thinking.
and let the money work for you, and they ain't gonna do nothing. You gotta put in that work for that money to move. And
Yeah,
that's the thing that people think they can do. They can sit back and be lazy and get paid. No, you gotta put in that work. That's a job.
it is.
You know what I
You
mean?
you have to sell it, and before it can sell itself. Once you put in the work of pushing it, then it's going to eventually begin to sell itself. Where when you're sleeping, you're making money. But you have to get to that point. You can't go from A to Z and skip B, C, D, E, F, G. You can't do that. So many
Mhm.
people get frustrated and they quit because they want it right now.
Right.
Life is not a micro, it's something that you can stick in a microwave and get everything you want without putting in the work.
That's right. That's a fact. Like I said, on my music platform, I'm with BeatStars Distribution, and and my publishing company is also BeatStars. And I got just off the streams in 1 month, I have 12 checks in 1 month.
Mhm.
Um, and that was amazing to me of how they, because every platform is different, you know what I'm saying? But I was very shocked in the month of August. I have got 12 different checks from 12 different platforms, just off of music. Probably 60% of that I made that in my sleep.
Mm.
You know
See?
what I mean? And it's like
Mhm.
that's just on that end. That's not even counting the other streams of income that I'm working on or I'm doing. That I'm doing. So it's like, you know, if you want to learn how to do these things and want to learn how to make money in your sleep and you need a marketing coach, man, I'm here. Do what it do, inbox me. You know what I'm saying? If you need more information, I got information on the ticker right there. I got the email on the ticker. Email me. Let me know what you're doing and what you need help on, and I'll definitely give you a nice little budget price. Because my first question is going to be, what's your budget? Whatever your budget is, I can make something happen with that budget. I don't care if it's $10 a week to $250 a month.
Mhm.
I can give you some information that's gonna help you make that money back with 30% interest. That's a fact. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, and I got a lot of people that you can call for reference that I've helped out, and they'll definitely be a reference. I treat it like a job. I got references too. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna sit in and just blow sunshine off your behind and think, because you gave me some money. No, you got to put in that work. It's one artist that I work with. I'm not gonna drop no names. Um, they don't understand they got to put in that work. They expect me. They pay for the service. I'm giving you information and telling you exactly what you need to be doing. Matter of fact, I'm telling you what to do at the perfect timing throughout your day,
Mhm.
and I'm guaranteed you're gonna see results less than 3 days.
Yeah. It's
You know what I mean? And it's
that's one of
yeah,
the aggravating things. I was had a self-development program, and I'm thinking about relaunching it, but one of the drawbacks is that people don't want to do the work. There's actual things that you have to do. There's steps that we have to take to get us to the next level. And with marketing or developing yourself, whatever it is, you have to be willing to put in that work and not expect your coach to do it for you. We can hold your hand, we can, assist you, we can mentor you, but we cannot do it for you. You have to be willing to sacrifice and do it for yourselves. And you'll see the results. You'll see the results within days once
yeah,
you actually start putting that work, and you'll be able to measure your results. And that's what it's all about, measuring your results. And it's not something huge where it's gonna, you're gonna have, this elaborate life right away, or this elaborate, body of work that everyone's listening to. No, it doesn't work like that. There's
mhm,
steps to it. there's
that's
there's
right,
levels to this
that's right.
thing.
And also, my mentor told me that I used to say, if you're not getting 1,000 streams, if you're an artist, you ain't getting 1,000 streams a week, then you're not putting in the work. But now the number went up. He was like, "If you're not getting at least 2,000 streams in a week, you're not putting in the work because
Yeah.
everything's changed. Everything is new. They got new characters and things on these social medias now. The way your algorithm is going to slow up. You got to work extra harder now to do these things." And then he give me tips of what I can teach and things I can do for myself to keep that ball rolling to get 2,000 streams, no matter what platform it is. Even though
Hmm.
Spotify is the monopoly number one. But it's ways you can do it on any platform. Um, just to give y'all some free game real quick, Apple Music is not accepting a lot of music. If you notice, if you got like 10 songs that you released this year, some of them songs don't make it on Apple. They have
Mm.
restrictions on so many things now. They're getting real strict now.
Really?
They're changing over a lot of things. I don't know what's going on with Apple. There's Apple Music. There's no more iTunes. Um,
Mm.
iTunes got bought out through Apple, so now it's not. It's iTunes. I think iTunes is all. It's all just Apple Music. I just got that information. Matter of fact, a couple days ago, and I forget to put it on the show and let y'all know. But yeah. So it's like when he told me that, it makes sense. He said everything is changing, everything is upgrading. You know what I
Mhm.
mean, and all that. So, yeah, if you ain't not getting 2,000 streams a week when you especially on your first week release, if you just come on the album on Monday and by the next Monday, if you ain't got 2,000 streams, you're not working, you're not grinding enough.
Mm.
And I tell people all the time, and also all the marketing folks would say this: the goal is to get 1,000,000 streams in 13 weeks. Why 13 weeks? It's because of it's 13 weeks in the quarter. So if you know the fourth quarter is coming up, make sure you try to release a song within the beginning of that quarter. And your goal is to try to get 1,000,000 streams in 13 weeks because Spotify in 13 weeks with $1 million, that's $5,692 you can make every 13 weeks.
That's a lofty goal. That's you have to be on your grind and be serious about what it is that you're putting out, and know that everything's not going to take off, but you can make sure that people at least hear and see, what it is that you're doing. Spotify, YouTube.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, we got one more minute left on the show. And
Make sure y'all tune in to Think and Grow with Vette Green tomorrow,
yeah,
7 p.m.
7 p.m. I'm definitely going to let people know. I'm gonna go ahead and push that movement, and no doubt, and to make it do what it do. I don't know if you free. You got to punch in the clock after this, or
Yeah, I got a few minutes though. We could chop it up.
okay, okay. We're gonna get off this. We're gonna get off the air of the music on 514 Online Mix. We see you guys tomorrow, Tuesday, with the new question of the day and fire topics and all that. And y'all have a blessed day on 514 Online
Have a
Mix.
blessed day. Make sure you download the Evening Rush app.
Yeah, no doubt. On the podcast side, we see y'all tomorrow at around 8 o'clock. So you can definitely check out the topics. But if you listen to music, make sure you tune in to 514 Online Mix at 7 o'clock Eastern time and make it do what it do. And then we out on the podcast side.